In this video, I'm going to show you how to bold text in Photoshop. So there's a lot of fonts that you have in your Photoshop. So we can go over here to the text tool here just to kind of give you a view of what it looks like. So there's a lot of differences in your texts, in your fonts that you have in your Photoshop. So some of them will have options for bold or different t- types of styles, and some won't. So, for example, I have Arial here. It's very basic, very simple, but this has options for your different types of text. So, regular, italic, bold, and bold italic. So, what we can do is just keep this a bold. And I've had this one down here. It's the same font as the one above it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this, and we're going to pick something here that doesn't actually have a bold font option. So what we can do here is I will just expand this really quickly. So now we have this text here. Obviously, you see it's not bolded. And what we can do here is go to the text option and go to this drop down menu. And you see here that it doesn't have an option for bold. So there's really one thing that I personally like to do here. If I still want the font, but I want it to be bold, what we can do is make sure that the layer is selected, and we can go up to layer and then drop down to layer style and then go to your blending options. So this is going to be like a hodgepodge way to do it, but what we can do is simply add a stroke to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this to the font color, make sure that's black, and then from that point you can adjust the size of the stroke and make your bold really, really bold or just really kind of subtle. So that way you can still have certain texts or fonts that you want, but you can still have a bold style to it, and you know without getting really too crazy on it. And we can just hit OK, and now it kind of looks like you have a bold option on that font, and there you go. So that is one way. It's probably the quickest way to do it for a font that doesn't have bold options. But a way to check that is if you have the latest version of Adobe Photoshop, is actually go up to your text tool, go ahead and highlight this if you want to change it, but you don't really have to, and go ahead into all of your fonts up here in this drop down menu. And as you're going through your fonts, some fonts will have this little arrow here, as you see here. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to let you know which fonts have a bold option here. So we can choose this one saying Myriad Pro, and you can see here it has a bold option. So you can actually go ahead and check before you start trying to fix things and do all that stuff, is actually go through, look at your fonts, and see which ones have the actual arrows here that have a drop down menu, and then you can see which ones have a bold options and which ones don't.